Oh man. Oh.
Well, we are on the road now. Going down to South Houston in the middle of a biker rally. That's always a good idea. But man, we got cars to pick, and I found a good one. I think for the right price. That's mainly what we're going for with the Full Blast Garage. It can be the wrong car at the right price every day of the week. But man, we're hunting down a 68 GTO, and she looks real rusty, but man, them hideaway headlights really caught my eye. And it's kind of a weird spec. It's a no console column shift GTO. And of course, it's got no title. I mean, kind of par for the course, but man, we're on the road. It's a couple-hour drive. We'll pick back up. We'll see if I can film while I'm there looking at it. If not, I'll do some walk-arounds once I got it on the trailer, maybe at the next gas stop. I'll be seeing y'all later.
Make sure you do it on full blast.
Well, folks,
Take two. The GTO was a complete bust. Like, one of the worst cars I've ever looked at in person to purchase. Like, I've seen stuff in junkyards worse, but like something someone advertised on Marketplace, that's the worst car I've ever seen in person. And I mean, there's still some value to it. It's got some parts like the nose, maybe some of the hideaway headlight mechanisms are reusable, but man, there wasn't a panel that was straight on the car. Everything was rusted out. And I brought everything to turn the motor over. Didn't need to bring it out. Just took a look straight at it, and nope, there wasn't going to be any way that motor was going to turn over. It looked like it had sat at the bottom of the ocean, was pulled up, parked next to a salt farm, you know, like at the beach, and just left to sit there and rot. I don't know, but today's another day, and since I rented the trailer and it's got to go back, I might as well go look at something else. So we'll pick it up when I can film whatever we're looking at today. Hey everybody, welcome back to Full Blast Outdoors with what's left of a 1972 Chevelle. As y'all can see, we picked that up, new project. Not 100% sure direction on this one. I don't know if this is just to get it running, see if it'll run, go through the whole thing, who knows. This thing kind of needs one of everything though. It's like one of those, if you're old and broke and you can point back to something stupid you did when you were young, you know, it could be like investing in something like this. It could be one of those things. But man, let's go ahead, see if we can at least get this thing rolling on all four right now, and then we'll start jacking with the motor in a sec. But all four are locked up. So let's go ahead and get the sledgehammer out, put this thing on full blast. Well, I think these lug nuts are 13/16, and I really love jacking things up in the dirt.
That's always fun. Odds these come off. Well, we got one. Thank God she's a Chevrolet. Man, I got a feeling some of these lug nuts might just break. Well, that one came off too. It didn't look super happy. One of these is like sized down almost. It's so rusted out. This one here, it's like a nub. And I was hoping I could pack enough rust in there I don't think that's actually doing anything. 3/4. It's too big. Might be able to beat an 11/16 on it and get her there. Don't recommend doing this at home, folks. This ain't good. Oh, there's a chance I don't ever get that 11/16 socket back, but let's see if it'll loosen her up. Wow, I have no idea that that would work, but let's work on getting the wheel and then the drum off. It's gonna be a nightmare. Will it just pull off? Yeah, I knew that wasn't gonna work. All right, let's try and save on our trim ring. You never know, it might be reusable. However many layers of 100-year-old dirt's on it. And this thing last registered 1982, so just kind of envision is October too, October of 82. Just kind of envision, you know, my parents going to the hospital in a car and passing this thing going the other direction on the highway, and man, that's the last month it was ever driven, because that's when I was born, October of 82. And feels like it's been forever. So this car has been off the road a long time. But let's see if we can tap on this thing. I got a feeling this rim is not savable. I mean, the wheel weight just fell off. Save that for them catfish fishermen. Oh man, this thing's rough. But I got a set of rallies we can put on. Oh, she ain't budging. And it's real tight right there on this hub. If we put some heat into it, anything will happen. Really not thrilled about having to swing a sledgehammer under this thing. I'm gonna cut the wheel. It's got a little bit better angle on it. The wheel's kind of falling apart around it. Ooh, everything's rusty under here. Probably gonna have to cut the drums off when it comes to it, if the wheel ever comes off. This thing's definitely rusty. How are the lug studs in that good a shape? They look like brand new. All right, I'm gonna have to contemplate on it. Going for extreme violence here.
We got a, I don't know how many pound sledge welded to solid steel. Hopefully I don't kill myself. Oh God, of course. Right on the dust cover. Not getting any budging. Guess we must continue beating. I'm guessing the wheel is essentially fused to the drum, the spindle, everything. All right, I'm gonna keep going. Well, I'm getting a little bit of movement, and it is the wheel that's broke loose. I can see it sliding. All right, let's swing on it a little more. If it looks like I'm swinging weird, it's because the wheel's so far recessed from this fender. I'm totally terrified I'm gonna crush my hands on the fender. Woo! Just took an extreme amount of violence to get this thing off. And this wheel is totally cooked. Look at the back. It's one of the worst that I've seen. That's garbage. All right. How bad is the drum gonna be? Whew. A little out of breath. The amount of dirt that came out is pretty impressive. Wow. Guess that's all the wheel under there. All right, well, I'm gonna have to get the beating on this too. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and heat around the surface here. Get it nice and hot. It's incredibly impressive the amount of crap that just came out the back of the drums. I'm gonna have to grab the camera and zoom on this, but I have a mound that wasn't here before I started beating on this thing. And I do not have high hopes for this. There's a real good chance I'm gonna have to grab a grinder or something. I don't know. Maybe cut a slot, pry it, and I can break it. These things are pretty thick, but your best bet to at least attempt to break it loose, just kind of hit around the front of this thing. Try not to hit your stud like I just did there. That one's probably not gonna work now, but we still got 4 others, and that's the least of our problems right now. Wow, it's actually moving. I can't believe it. Let me grab the camera. Well, so y'all can see the giant mound of material back there, but it's not completely frozen right now. See, there's some wiggle to it. I'm gonna grab probably the hammer of Thor put some more beatings on this thing, but you can see I jacked up the one stud here. That'll probably never accept a lug nut again, but we're not too concerned. But let's keep beating on this thing and we'll get it off. Well, after a couple more passes, she's sliding. I think I got some shoes that are hanging up. I kind of got a feeling this thing still ain't gonna roll even with the drums off. The wheel bearings might be froze up. Almost there. Maybe a tap from the back. We got a whole lot more ability to get this thing rolling if we got the drum off. Wow. Holy moly. All right. I'm sure O'Reilly's will take that as a core. Let's grab the camera and get a little zoom in of this mess. So this is probably just pure asbestos. Don't breathe. We got part of a spring. Look at this just mound of material that came out of this thing. And this is as bad as I've seen. You think that wheel cylinder's still good though? Yeah, we'll reuse on that, huh? I mean, everything. Look at the backing plate. You can just see straight through it. Holy moly. Oh, wheel bearings not froze. All right, I'm gonna grab a wheel, throw it on this guy, and we got at least one roller. We're 25% of the way there. Well, I was able to get a roller on this guy. 2 of the lug nuts tightened back up after I took them off. So pretty much all the wheel studs need to be replaced now. But at least we can pull it around. I'm gonna go ahead and tackle the other side of this guy, and we'll pick back up. We move to the rear. Should be pretty much, you know, same story, different side for the other side. Hopefully it wasn't sitting in the ground as far over there, but nah, I doubt it. I'm sure it's just as bad over there. Well, this guy back here is in such good shape that I'm gonna have to cut the studs off these bottom 2. There's not even anything left to try and grab onto. So I'm gonna go ahead and just hit them with the grinder, see where we get. On the other side front, I did have to grind the drum off. Just cut it. Trying to see if this thing would just beat off. And it's like you can almost see the lug stud. Good Lord, this is gonna be tough. Really don't want to have to cut the wheel off too. That would be awesome. But there ain't no getting this stuff off. I was hoping it'd be corroded enough that it would just kind of want to break off once you put a little bit of stress on it. That's not being the case. Nope. All right, well, I'm gonna cut some more and hopefully this thing comes loose. Whoo, well, this took an extreme amount of violence to get loose, and there's even a hole right here. I guess it's just like another spot you can grab when you want to pick up the wheel. But I had to grind off 2 of the studs and then try to get into the wheel to be able to get kind of the lug nut area that seats on. Oh man, these things are so froze. They ain't wiggling at all. I'm gonna go ahead and hit her with some heat. Like a lot of heat around this hub area, around the lugs. There's a chance might get caught on the lugs now, but I think I cut them pretty straight. But there's just so much crap. It's all under here that's just packed in here, and the pads are froze. So this is wearing me out, folks. This thing might be a roller into, will the motor turn, will it fire, and then sold for sale. I don't know how much of this rust work I want to be messing with, but if it'll roll, it'll help somebody get it on the trailer and get it off the property. So gotta keep thinking positive. I'm gonna start heating this thing up and beating on it, and hopefully she'll come off eventually. Don't mind me, just be here the next hour. Well, it's been a few days and now I'm back on the old Chevelle trying to just get it rolling. And we got one more on this side, and then we got the other rear. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this guy off, switch over to the driver's side. I'm sure I have to cut it off too, because everything's fused essentially with rust, and all the brake parts just fall to pieces when you take it out. But nothing a little Craigslist rebuild won't fix. We'll see. Hit it with a little satin black. No one will ever know. I'm gonna go ahead and get to cutting, and hopefully this thing will be rolling at some point today. I'm just trying to stay away from the axle face. Cut a little bit outside of that, and we should be good. And I don't know, maybe if I cut half of it, it'll finally give up, but I doubt it. It's been, have to cut the entire thing for every other one. But yeah, let's get to working. Well, the next day, after finishing cutting off all the brake system, got her rolling and rolled it right onto the lift. I'm sure she's gonna turn over in no time. But I'm kind of interested to just see what the underside of this car looks like. I mean, the body's not awful. There's definitely some rust spots, but this is kind of stuff I can fix. I mean, I might have the world's nastiest, cheapest Chevelle with a full drivetrain. Had to put it in neutral. You know, was pulling on the old horseshoe, nothing. And the actual cable just disintegrated when I touched it. And I touched it through the floor, because you can access the transmission pretty easily right there. Because there's a hole like this big. That was a new one. I mean, it just like vanished like magic. It just disappeared, and then I just beat on it with a sledgehammer until I got it to click a couple times and the wheels spun. But
At least the rear end's not locked up. There's a positive. Will it split in two upon entering a higher gravitational pull? Holding together so far. I don't know how I got this thing up on the lift without killing myself, but another positive. Odds this thing has an inspection cover. I don't know, but lately, I'm freaking like 10 out of 10. Everything's got an inspection cover. I'd say for a good 10 years of my life, every car I bought didn't have an inspection cover. So I'm on the flip side of that ratio. All right. I think it's got an inspection cover. I don't know, but we're gonna have to set up some lights, get some tools. All right, we're locked in. Let's make sure she ain't gonna roll. And if she does, just roll that way and go out of the shop. I think there's supposed to be something right there. Yeah, that's where the floor is supposed to be, up there. But man, welcome to my nightmare. Hey, that's a good sign. That means there's some fluid in there somewhere. But she's a wee bit crunchy. I mean, you can see what I had to do to the brakes to get them off on both sides. I mean, is this the world's worst Chevelle that's in one piece? I don't know, guys. It's close. If there's anything worse, let me know. I'll probably buy it. I mean, look at these control arms. These things are smoked. You go to sandblast that, it's just gonna crumple to pieces. And there's a few holes, you know, back here in the trunk area. Or actually, that might be under the rear seat right there. Gas tanks held on by prayer. So I do have a parts car. I have a 69 Le Mans, and I believe the frame section on those cars are exactly the same. And I will pull everything off it and literally slide it under this car. I mean, after I do some patching, the body on this thing really isn't that bad. But let's go ahead, see if I can find the flywheel. It's somewhere in this area, but this is one of these plastic inspection covers, and we're missing a little piece of it. And I mean, the torque converter doesn't look like it's completely fused to the transmission, so we might have a shot. I mean, I just want to hear it turn over, and I do have a couple of these starters. So if the starter's smoked, I do have a few of those that I can bolt on that are known good. Man, just kind of being under this thing's a little scary. Who knows what's living in here? I'm gonna go ahead, clean all this up, get this inspection cover off, and I guess I'll start pulling on this car. I don't know. Woo, say a prayer for me, folks. Got gloves and safety glasses. Oh God. Is that a 3/8? I thought it was 7/16. Wow. Let me go grab another socket. Well, all the crap built up on the bolts. Couldn't tell they were 3/8. Whoa. Whoa. God. Like how everything's gonna go on this car. Odds something's living up here. I'd say 50-50. Glad I didn't sweep the shop floor before I pulled this thing in here. Whew. Pretty sure I got something in my mouth.
Oh man. Oh. Oh my God, the wind is blowing straight where I was standing. Oh, it's all in my ear. All right, come on now. I'm about to do this like a Band-Aid. Well, she's firmly planted in there. Oh. Oh. There's a piece. All right, I hear the train coming. That's gonna be fun. Oh my God. I don't see how there's any way this didn't turn. Kind of just want to do it to see if it can. Oh man, there's some flywheel teeth left. I mean, they're in there once you get the dirt out. Good Lord. Whew. I mean, the higher you go, there are teeth. I can grab onto what's left. Good Lord. This thing looks like it's been sitting 40 years. It's always good when you gotta chisel your way in when you're working on an engine. It's always a good sign. Oh. Good Lord. This thing's like fused to the inspection cover. Whoa. Get some leverage on the old claw hammer. She's finally out. Holy moly. Well, if I could turn on it, maybe up there, or maybe I can clean up some of this debris, but I don't know. I think some of this flywheel is actually fused. Well, I mean, there are teeth in there. Might just have to clean them up. That is about as worse as I've seen. And there's still just crap falling everywhere. All right, well, I'm gonna try kind of clean up this stuff maybe with a wire wheel and see if I can get my tool on here. And if by some chance this engine turns, oh, we're putting the 12 volts to it. Just see what happens. Why not? I mean, it's been sitting here for 40 years. Let's give it a shot. I mean, look at the shape of this flywheel, folks. Woo! Looks like a mummy's teeth or something. I don't know. So bad. I mean, I guess if somehow I got it, you know, where this was the furthest point away from the starter, she might turn over a little bit with the starter, but it's never gonna catch on these. I mean, they're leaning. I mean, they're gonna just snap off. It's gonna be bad, but why not just root for some carnage, I guess. Man, well, I know I got the tool somewhere to turn this engine over, but I can't find it. So, pry bar it is. The motor should be going that way, but really only thing I got to pry against is right here. No. What? What? No. This motor's not even close to being locked up. What? Will it make it 180 or 360 degrees? Wait, she tightened up right there, but I am running it backwards. This is shocking to me. All right, well, I'm gonna keep working this thing around, get a full revolution, and I guess I'll see if the starter works. Well, I don't think there's any hope for this starter, so I'm gonna go ahead, pull it, put the new one on, hook up all my connections, and then we'll give it a shot, see if she turns over. I can't even believe this thing's not froze. I mean, I've had engines that look 10 times better than this locked up just from sitting. Nothing wrong with them. Well, in the book of bad ideas, this is probably one of them. Put your brand new starter on a old beat up flywheel. It's got missing teeth and stuff. That's really good for it, but it's for science and it's for YouTube. So well, let's see what she'll do. Oh man. Is my battery dead? Or I just got really bad ground? Probably horrible ground. Let's switch it over to the case. Still nothing. I notice there's got to be a decent. Did this thing come off? Man, you cannot see it all up in here on your connection to your solenoid. So you're kind of flying blind on it. Let's drop positive down. And feels like we're still connected. Why isn't this starter doing anything? Man, I got way too much crap up here. I'm like getting wires all crossed. Jeez, what a mess. So let's go ahead and disconnect our battery while we reconnect to the big lug. So she's hot, gotta be. Battery, switch, maybe. Should I have bench tested this starter before doing any of this? It did come from Rock Auto. It's been sitting on my shelf for probably over a year. Come on. Seriously? Where's my hammer? I just need to give her a little tap. Huh. All right, well, let's switch her maybe to the other side. I wired it up to the S, so let's switch it. All right, switched over to a new garbage battery. I think that was our problem. I checked the voltage on the old one, it was 10, so that probably ain't enough to turn over this old high compression 350. Let's see. First turn since 1982. It goes all the way around pretty easily, actually. I can't even believe it. I can't believe it. Well, I guess I'll hook up some wiring. Maybe that'll help my cause later. And see if the key works. And if not, I'll leave this guy hooked up. Battery cables look really bad. I don't think I'm gonna get anything out of them, but maybe some of this ignition stuff still works. And I can get that to do something. Kind of already forgot where this stuff goes. But this is the S. This was on 12 volts. So at least hook this guy up and maybe that'll power the ignition system. But I don't think anything's tapping onto this guy. That's probably just straight from the battery. Well, let's get a little more work done. Okay. Well, I went ahead and threw a positive wire on the coil over there, just in case. You never know. I mean, I took the water pump loose because you can spin it and just hear all the rust. So maybe that won't get stirred up too much. I don't know. Kind of just want to see if the old points would fire off the way they are. And if not, I'll open up the distributor, smack those things around a little bit and just see if I can get some spark out of it. But here goes nothing. Just seeing if she'll crank up. Doesn't sound like we're getting spark, but I'm gonna go ahead, mess with that distributor for a second, see if I can file the points just a hair and get some sparking. Okay folks, things are happening. Sanded on the points for a while. Got it where when you run, I don't even know what you call it, but it's the thing inside the distributor that opens the points. Finally got that to start sparking. That's kind of what you're looking for. They'll corrode so bad that when the points, break loose, there's no spark. So you want that 2 clean metal surfaces. Got that. Check spark on the coil. So the coil's sparking. I don't know how great it is, but we do have spark. I'll give it a little fuel. I know there's some oil in there somewhere. I checked it on the dipstick and bottom of the motor is a little bit wet. So I think we're safe to give this thing all the gulf and hear it run. And from the sound of it, I think it's gonna run. It doesn't have a giant gallop or anything in it when we're cranking on it. I got a feeling this thing just runs. I took the fan loose, the water pump pulley, so hopefully all the crap under here doesn't go blowing everywhere, but if it runs. But let's hit it, see what happens. The battery might be dying on me. It's not a great one. She's turning over slower and slower. Man, I didn't want to, but she might need plugs and wires. These things are not in great shape. Let's see. Is there anything that might be a decent ground? Yeah, I think the plug wires are probably toast. Let me see on switching out those out. I think I have a set somewhere in here. They're like, they hold the shape completely when you take them loose. That's always a good sign. Let me grab some, see what we can do. Man, that's some of the worst plug wires I've ever seen. Like, all of them had no elasticity, kind of frozen in time, and a couple of them were disconnected. So, we're ever gonna have a shot, it's right now. I could hear some clicking. That might be a good sign, or a bad one, I don't know. All right, come on now. Feel like I hear something wanting to go. These plugs might be so bad. All right, I'm gonna hook a battery charger up to our crappy battery. Maybe that'll give us a little more juice. See if I got any plugs laying around. All right, swapped on the plugs. They looked horrible, like everything else. Only one of them was completely missing the ground strap. The rest of them were just real carboned up, like incredibly bad. See if we can daisy chain everything together to keep the battery charger rolling on this thing. How are we gonna get to it? There we go. I got an entryway over here. There we go. I heard a click, so something wants to work. Here we go. If it's gonna start with its current setup, it's probably gonna be now. Oh, we're getting some gallops. Come on now. Man, that flex plate sounds really bad. Let's check our coil. Ooh, this battery's kind of stinking. That's a good sign, ain't it? Make sure it's still sparking. I mean, we definitely heard a gallop. Just a little, tiny one. Oh man, she's sparking like crazy. It's got all the juice. Probably should have brake cleaned each spark plug hole as I went, maybe that would have broke something loose. Give it way too much. If it's gonna fire, it's gonna fire on this stuff before anything else. This stuff's ignition point's way lower than gasoline. Come on. Definitely don't sound great. Man, I think losing voltage on our crappy battery. Let's see. It says 12.59, but we got a battery charger hooked up to it. Let me pull the old Dodge a little closer, have it running. Jumper cables right on it. That'll be max current. Well, you see this action over here, folks? Don't ever do this at home. This is for research purposes only. Hopefully the starter ain't burned up already, but let's see if I can scoot the camera over a little. Well, you can definitely hear on the flex plate comes that rough spot. It's just metal on metal clinging, not great. Let's see. I don't know what that was, but it sounded violent. All right. Calling it. Well, hope y'all enjoyed this episode looking at the rustiest, crappiest Chevelle that's somehow not froze up. I think the flex plate's so bad. And I mean, I am using like tractor jumper cables on the starter. You know, there's some things we could do better, but I think that flex plate's kind of hindering the starter from spinning at full speed. And then there's definitely some valve train noises and issues and probably some stuck valves if I had to guess. This motor's getting pulled anyways. This ain't going in the Chevelle. We're gonna do a complete frame off this car, put a new frame on it, and new engine, new transmission. So some of the car that's here will remain here, and then some of the car is sliding out and new parts sliding in. So we're going big block, turbo 400, and whatever rear end this thing has in it, I mean, I'm at least gonna give it a shot. So I have a rear end here and a rear end in the parts car that I know both at least turn. I'm gonna look at gears, see which one has the best one or posi, and roll with it. You know, sometimes these things, they've been sitting that long, they wanna run, turn over and run. Sometimes they don't, and this is kind of one of those times. We heard one little gallop, like this thing was right there on the cusp of turning over and running, but that was it. After that, I don't know if the starter kind of got heat soaked and cooked, or just the more we spun it, the more it kind of broke up everything that was in the cylinders, and now nothing's as free as it was before. But hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Any kind of interaction with the channel helps us out. We're a small channel, and again, this helps us a bunch. So until you see me again, and hopefully I'm not failing, but just go out, do something that makes you happy, but just make sure you're doing it on full blast.